Fridays are my writing days. Come with me. You learn to accept it. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. It's a Friday, it's May 16, and Fridays are my writing days, meaning this is when I write for my daily column that comes out on the Manila Times. If you've been reading that, thank you very much. So today I thought about sharing with you my journey to becoming a full-time writer. Paano nga ba ako nagland in this role? Let's talk about that. Meanwhile, let me get a drink. I'm craving Milo Dinosaur from this favorite place of mine. If you're someone who feels like he's stuck in a rut or lost, maybe if you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing or not happy where you are, then this might be for you. You might pick up a thing or two, so stick around. Meanwhile, I'm here. This is the place, Koi. I'm gonna get the Milo Dinosaur. This is it. Got the goods. So now let's go to a place where I can write. I'm thinking of that cafe in Muji. So the Muji Cafe. Let's go. Change of plans. Muji is super packed, so I'm looking for another cafe. Meanwhile, I didn't know that Atmos was here pala. Okay, I have been wondering where this was. So it is outside the mall. Okay, it's right in front of the Mind Museum. Ended up in Amici. Amici is one of my favorite Italian restaurants, by the way. So if you haven't tried it, try ninyo. Masarap yung pizza and pasta dito. What I did was I ordered takeout na rin. So I'm hitting two birds with one stone. It's cool here. Walang tao masyado, so I can start writing. But before that, let me tell you my story of how I ended up in this business of writing. I have a daily column, like I told you. Thank you for reading. Paano nga ba ako nagsimula sa aking journey sa pagsusulat? Listen up. First of all, if you have been following me, you would know that I did not finish English, nor creative writing, nor journalism, right? I actually finished engineering. NANI? Napakalayo, di ba? Engineering, manufacturing, engineering, and management. It is super far from what I do now. But I still landed here, so that means kung kaya ko, kaya nyo rin. Paano nga ba ako nag-land sa ganitong posisyon? There was a time in my life where I felt very lost kasi yun nga, I finished engineering na hindi ko naman siya gusto talaga. I was going with the flow then, which I kind of regret. So kung meron akong regret sa life, that would probably be it. Merong trend sa TikTok ngayon, yung Multo trend, diba? It's this trending song by Cup of Joe. Kantayin ko ba? Sure. Anyway, so I did that trend. And my multo was that I did not have enough courage to pursue what I really wanted to pursue when I was in college. I went with the flow and I did what my parents wanted for me. So yun ang aking multo. Sana pinursu ko yung what I really wanted. I'm sure I would have performed even better sa academics, diba? Kasi kung hilig mo, magiging magaling ka doon, diba? But I went with the flow and I finished engineering all the way. It was too late to shift na when I really thought and I really knew what I really wanted. If I had my way, I would have chosen advertising or creative writing or journalism, diba? Or mass communication even. Communication arts rather in Lasal. Pero that's that. Life has a way for us to learn from it, and I ended up here and no regrets, diba? The journey was very, very fulfilling. I finished engineering like any other person would do. I applied for a corporate job. I stayed in the corporate world for more than 2 decades. Wow! I hopped from one reputable institution to another. I started as a banker for HSBC Philippines. I love HSBC Philippines. If you know me, pati mo sinasabi yan, it was the best place to work, definitely. I then also transferred to Globe for a while, a very, very short while, before I transferred to Mint, which is now more popularly known as GCash. I stayed with GCash for almost 4 years, and then my last stint was with Home Credit before I got redundated. Speaking of redundation or being plucked out of it, so I was plucked out of my corporate job. Technically, it wasn't my choice. Diba? I was plucked out of it by surprise. A year after, I am now doing what I love to do, right? So it's sort of a redirection. So if you are in the same position or if you're in a place where you're lost and you feel like you're not doing what you really want to do, don't despair kasi things work out for the better. Take it from me because I have seen it for myself. A year before, I wouldn't have imagined that I would be in this position. na I'll be happy wearing three hats. I'm now a content creator full-time. I'm now writing also. I have been dreaming about this writing job ever since. And I'm also an English coach. Balikan ko lang yung writing. So how did I finally land this job in the Manila Times? Diba? This iconic Manila Times at that. God has His ways in His time. I wouldn't have imagined that this will happen to me 10 years ago when I was just starting to write. Diba? What I did was I carved my way to where I want to be. Diba? Sabi ko sa inyo, nag-engineering ako and then I joined the corporate world because I didn't have any choice then. Basically, I needed to earn. So I went with the flow first. I paid my dues and then I carved my way out of it. So how did I do that? Paano ko pinarve yung way ko out of that or towards what I really wanted to do, which was writing? What I did was I reached out to publications and offered my services. Sabi ko, I am a freelance writer, which was true. I write as a hobby. I was a writer hobbyist and I offered my services. And most of the time, they would reach out to me and say yes. There were times na hindi rin ako sasagutin, scene zone lang, which was okay, diba? It was kind of a downer. I felt down for a time, pero you learn to accept it and learn from it and be stronger from that, diba? You will be rejected a lot of times, but then there will be people who will be opening up their doors for you, and that started it for me. So I was writing then for 8list PH, to name a few. I wrote for Raptor, an article for Raptor also, 8list PH for a while, and then Condo Living also, I was writing for them. So yun yung mga writing stints ko. Meanwhile, the pizza's here. Yay! Anyway, so how did I finally land this job for the Manila Times? Nga ba? Okay, so I met Clink Ang. Clink Ang was the editor-in-chief for the Manila Times during that time, last year. Met Clink through an event they invited me to. Okay, so they invited me to speak in an event last year for the youth. And after my speech, we went on stage and accepted the certificate, and he spoke to me. He talked to me. He told me, "Do you want to write for me?" And of course, I said yes, yes, and yes. I met with him in his office. I think a week or two after that, and the rest, as they say, is history. So I will be forever thankful to Clink for this journey, for making me a full-fledged columnist and writer for the Manila Times. I have him to thank for that, so I'll be forever thankful to Clink. Clink, if you're watching this, salamat sa'yo, and I owe you a lot. I think that's it. So I hope you learned a thing or two from this. If there's just one person, only one person who will learn from this or who can get inspired from this, I will be okay. And that ends the vlog for today. I hope you liked that. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that notification bell so that you get updated for the next one. Bye guys.